Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus for Mor Avi Mor B'Tzigam Ben Chani, Marcy Martiner Marsal Techana, and the Refuas Eliezer Moshe Cohen Ben Charna Mariam, and Miriam Baschaya, and the Refuas Yitzchak Ben Bracha, and the Refuas Rabbi Yosef Ben Moshe Chaim. We're going to be learning about the Inyan of Kedushas Eretz Yisrael based on the Bat Kodesh, Rebel Povarsky, and Chelekei Siman Daled. The Gemara in Gittin Daf Chesam at Aleph says that in three ways Syria is similar to Eretz Yisrael. One of them is that it's Chayiv and Meiser and Shvius like Eretz Yisrael, because Kibush Yachid, Shmei Kibush, the Kibush of Yachid is called the Kibush, so to one of Zara, Daf Chaf Aleph, La'inyan Isser Mechiras Batim V'Sadus La'akum Be'eretz Yisrael, not selling fields to Goyim and houses in Eretz Yisrael. The din of Syria is totally in the Gemara and the Machlokes whether Kibush Yachid is Shemei Kibush. If you hold Shemei Kibush, it has the same din as Eretz Yisrael. Why is Syria called a Kibush Yachid? So Rashi says because all the Jews weren't together like they were in the time of Yoshua, and David was only Kovish Letzarech Atzmo V'lo Letzarech Kol Yisrael. And Tosas bring the Sifri, the Fisha Kavshu Adayin as Kol Eretz Yisrael Atzma, because they hadn't yet been Kovish all of Eretz Yisrael. And since they haven't been Kovish all Eretz Yisrael, how can you be Kovish far away from the palace when you can be Kovish close to the palace? So what are they going to far away to be Kovish to conquer when you can be conquer Eretz Yisrael proper? Now, the problem is that we paskin that Kedusha Rishona Kitcha L'Shaita V'lo Kitcha L'Asid Lavo. Only Kedusha Shnia was Kitcha L'Asid Lavo. Yavamis Pei Beis Am Beis teaches us this, that Kedusha Rishon of Yoshua was L'Shaita only for that time and not for the future. And Badla Kedushas B'Galus Bavel. And then afterwards Ezra was Mekadesh Kedusha Shnia, and this Kedusha is La'olam. So this question of whether Syria is Chayiv and Trumas and Maisris and other Dina Eretz Yisrael has nothing to do with the Kibush of Yehoshua. It has everything to do with the Kibush of Ezra. So why is the Gemara bringing the Inyan of Kibush Yachid? If we perish Rashi V'Tosis, Kibush Yachid of David and Yehoshua, which is in the first entering into Eretz Yisrael, when the whole din of Trumas and Maisis is established by Kedusha Shnia in the time of Ezra. So what happened in the time of Yoshua and David have to do with whether it has Kedusha Eretz Yisrael and Trumas and Maisis? That was only Kedusha Rishona, which is Batla. All that matters says today is Kedusha Shnia. So we can explain this based on the Rambam in Perak Aleph Michos Trumas Halacha Hey, that whatever was captured by Oli Mitzrayim was Kadesh Kedusha Rishona. If Oli Mitzrayim captured it, it was Miskadesh Kedusha Rishona. But when they were Gole, Batla Kedushas, and why? Because Kedusha Rishona Kitcha L'Shaita, that was a Bnei HaKibush. And once it was recaptured by the Goyim, it lost its Kedusha. But Kedusha Shnia, which they were Machzik, they didn't have a Kibush, that's La'olam. In the time of Ezra, they just grabbed onto it, but they didn't, they settled, but they had permission, they didn't have to capture, they didn't have to wage war. That's La'olam. So writes the Rambam in Perak Vav, Me'ilchos Beis Abchir Halacha Tetzayin. Frekta Kesef Mishnah, why is Kedusha Shnia any better than Kedusha Rishona? What was in the time of Ezra, they were Machzik Eretz Yisrael. In the time of Yoshua, they were also Machzik Eretz Yisrael. They just also had a Kibush. Why does it have in the time of Ezra any better? Both times they had a Chazaka. The right Baz and Uchos Trumas writes that the Kedushas Peh was only in the time of Ezra. He explains why. So therefore it's not Kedushas Chazaka, it's Kedushas Peh. But and that's why it's better than Kedusha Rishona, but it's not mashma like that in the Rambam. The Rambam says that it's that Kedusha Shnia is Chazaka. He doesn't say anything about Kedushas Peh. So in the Beis Medrash, the explanation is generally given as follows. Look in the Beis Halevin, Chelikim and Siman Aleph, what he writes there in the name of his son, Reb Chaim, based on the Yerushalmi in Perak Vav of Shvius. There it says, Ve'viacha Hashem Elokecha, etc. Ve'tivcha ve'hirbacha me'avosecha, that the pasuk says God's going to bring it to Eretz Yisrael better than your avos, contrasting Kedusha Rishona to Kedusha Shnia, the first entering into Eretz Yisrael to the second. And it says there in the Yerushalmi that just like in the first Kedusha, Abosecha lo yaleim ol malchus, v'atem alfa pisha aleichem ol malchus. Your avos didn't have ol malchus, and you do. And yet, you're even better than your Abbas, even though you have all Malchus, it's still Kedushas Eretz Yisrael. And Abosecha were only Mischayev after 14 years. 7 of capturing, 7 of giving it out. But you were Chayev immediately, etc. Look there in the Yerushalmi Shvius, Perek Vav. So we can explain based on this that B'Kedush Rishona, it was a Tanai, Lechalos Kiddush Eretz Yisrael, that it should be through Kibush. And for Trumas and Maisus and Shvius, you needed Kibush and Chiluk. And then the Chiyuv was only after 14 years. And in Taras Kohanim, we learned from Psukim. So in the Beis Halevi there, we learned that the inyan of 14 years was only a T'nai L'chovas Trumas and Maisris and Shvius. We can say more than that. We can say that it's a T'nai in the Gemar Etzem Chalosh Kiddush Eretz, the holiness of Eretz Yisrael in Trumas and Maisris. Not only the Chi of Trumas and Maisris, but also the Etzem Kiddush Eretz, the Trumas and Maisris. There has to be Kiddush and Chiluk. And based on this, we can explain the Sugin Ksubis Chav Hei. Amud Aleph, it says that even if Truma Bizman is Derabanan, we can say Chal is Doiraisa. Because 14 years there was a Chi of Chala, not Trumas and Maisris, for Ekta Beis Halevi. What does that have to do with Truma Bizman Hazeh? These 14 years? In 14 years there was a Chi of Chala, not Trumas and Maisris. And the Mela Trumas and Maisris Derabanan. What does that mean? So based on what we said, we can explain that since it was only a Chiyuv of Trumas and Maisris after 14 years, that means that the Kiddush Eretz Yisrael was only concluded after 14 years, after the Kibush and the Chiluk. And if there was already a Chiyuv Chala beforehand, it's muchach that for the Chiyuv of Chala you don't need Kedushas Eretz of Kibush. And the Din B'Boachem, right when you come, that's the Zman the Chiyuv Chala. So now you're Chayav, even after the Kedushas Batal, because Kedusha for Chala is not totally in the Kibush. Because it still has a Shem Eretz Yisrael, and that's enough. So hopefully we're going to explain. In the Yerushalmi Perek Beis of Chala, Rabbi Kiva asks, the flour that they found when they came into Eretz Yisrael, how is it Chayiv and Chala? Belonged to Goyim. So the Gemara says that Lamafrei Yarshu. Meaning that for Chala you don't need Kedushas Eretz Yisrael like Trumas and Maisris. All you need is a Shem Eretz Yisrael. And this is something to be marichin, but not now. So that's the chiluk between Chal and Trumas and Maisris. That for Trumas and Maisris, you need a kibush. And once the kibush is batal, that's it. Trumas and Maisris Uzman Hazeh is only Derabanan. But Chala is Daraisa. Why is Chala Daraisa? Because 14 years there was a Chi of Chala. Which means that it's not totally B'chal in the kibush. All you need for Chala is a Shem Eretz Yisrael. And not the Kedusha of Kibush. So that's all B'Kiddush Rishon. So now we have a pasuk of Eitiv Chavir B'cham Abosecha, which is talking about the Kiddush of Yimei Ezra. That you don't need Kibush anymore. That Kiddush doesn't need Kibush. You don't have to capture. And even though there's all Malchus and it's not called Kibush, Eretz Yisrael is already Kaddish Al Yei Shech Zikuba. And this Kedusha is going to be Le'olam. Because it's not Tali B'Torah's Kibush. It's Tali B'Torah's Kibush. And once it's captured by the Goyim, you lose it. But if it's Tali and just grabbing onto it, that's Le'olam. How's that batal? It's Tali in Kibush. No more Kibush, no more Kedusha. But this isn't Tali in the capturing. So the Goyim capturing it back isn't Mevatel the Kedusha. So therefore, what they did in the time of Ezra is Lasid Lavo. holding on to it is enough. Al derech drush we can explain. Based on the Gemara on Shabbos, v'yitzatzu v'tachta sahar. Kafaleim har kegigis. If you're makabel the Torah, good. If not, you're going to be buried there. And this is Mikan Modar Rabbi Loi Raisa. Rashi says we have an answer why we're in Makayim the Torah, because we're makabel ba'ones. But hada kiblu b'meach hashveirosh, kimu v'kiblu b'ratzon. So we can say that the shiur zchias Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael v'Kedushas is Talib b'Shir Kabbalas HaTorah. So as long as there was Torah's as long as there was Torah's Kabbalas HaTorah ba'onas ha'idei akfiyah, there were only Zocher Eretz Yisrael ha'idei kibush b'korach u'b'kfiyah. They're in that world of kfiyah, and that's how they're Zocher in Eretz Yisrael, kibush. No more kibush, no more kedusha. But when afterwards, in the time of Achashverosh, which is Samach L'Bias Ezra, they are Makabel Torah B'Ratzon, it's the Eretz Yisrael, Kedushas Eretz Yisrael is without Torah's Kibush. They were Makabel B'Ratzon, now it's theirs forever. Doesn't need to be forced anymore. Now they are Makabel Eretz Yisrael B'Ratzon, it's theirs. That's a Tam Noim Al Derech HaDrush, to explain why the first Kedusha is totally in Kibush, and the second is not. And the first is only temporary, and the second is eternal. And according to this, we can explain that there's a chiluk between the din of Kibush and the din of Chazaka. In the Sifri, in Parashas Eikev, we learn from the pasuk of Kol Mokom Asher Tidroch Karch Ragelchem Bo Lachem Yiyeh, that even places they captured in Chutz La'aretz have a din of Eretz Yisrael. And there it says, Minayin Shem Mitzvahs Noah Go Sham, Talmud Lomer Yiyeh L'Gzeira Shava. Look there in the Sifri. So this whole din, that they can be Mamshich, Torah's Eretz Yisrael, Kedushas, and Chutz La'aretz as well, that's only a day Kibush. Like we learned from the Pasuk. That where they trample even outside of Eretz Yisrael, Makom shekavshu b'chutz la'aretz like Eretz Yisrael. But not by Bayisheni. Bayisheni, that they weren't capturing they didn't get it Alidei Kibush, just Alidei Chazaka, there's only a din of Eretz Yisrael proper. And not what they capture in Chutz La'aretz. They capture Chutz La'aretz. Where they live in Chutz La'aretz doesn't have din Eretz Yisrael. And at the time of Ezra, we have the Nevuah, Vishabu Banam L'Gvulam. L'Gvulam means Eretz Yisrael proper. That's Kadosh Le'olam. But to create Chutz La'aretz out of Eretz Yisrael is only Kibush Gomer Shel Melech, Chol Yisrael, like in the time of Yoshua. But not outside of Eretz Yisrael. Not in the time of, not by Aidei Chazaka. You want to capture outside of Eretz Yisrael, that was only in the first Aliyah. Time of Yoshua and David, that's Aidei Kibush. There we learn from the Psukim that you need to be Kovesh to make Torah Eretz Yisrael for Chutz La'aretz. But that can't be done in the second time. The second time there's no Kibush. There's no Torah Eretz Yisrael for Chutz La'aretz. Only Eretz Yisrael proper gets a din of Eretz Yisrael. Now, Be'ikr Din Eretz Yisrael, there are really three inyanim. One is the Mail of Eretz Yisrael, Chashivusa V'Kedushasa. And this is even before we came into Eretz Yisrael. This is already from Brias Ha'olam. Tainis Yiram Ad Aleph, Eretz Yisrael Nebris Tchila, Kolam Kula L'Basof. And the whole sugya there. Ready after Kedushas Eretz Yisrael from Brias Ha'olam. Ksubis Kuf Yuram Beis. The whole sugya is talking about Shevach Eretz Yisrael. That's not Tola B'Bias Yisrael V'Kibush. This is Metchilas Habriya. Ayin Sham in the sugya in Ksubis. Yitzchak Avinu never left Eretz Yisrael. He was Miskadosh in the Akedah. Also, Kedushas Eretz Yisrael even before they captured it. Number 2, there's the din mamon shezachu Yisrael ba'aretz. God promises Eretz Yisrael. And this zechiyah was before they came into Eretz Yisrael. But Babasar Kuf Amid Aleph is an opinion that Abraham Avinu was zocha ba'aretz al yidei hiluch. Kuf Yates Amid Aleph. Eretz Yisrael muchzekas lanu me'aboseinu. And therefore Tzlavchad, who was the Bechor, got 2 chalakim. It was already muchzak l'chefer aviv, even though he's meis b'midbar. But the Kinyan Mammon in Eretz Yisrael is even before they come in. Also in the Yerushalmi Challah that we mentioned earlier, Lemafreya Yarshu, because it doesn't say Lazaracha Etain, it says Lazaracha Nasati, Shekvar Nasati. So then Mammon is already before they come into Eretz Yisrael. And number 3 is Kedushas Eretz Yisrael HaMiyuchedes. Gemar Kedushas L'Trumas Ha'Maisel Sharmitz Atzliyas Baretz. And that was accomplished by the kibush of Yehoshua. Now this is Pashut, that even after Batal HaKibush B'Galus Bavel, that's only that there's now a bittul of Kedushas Aretz L'Mitzvah Tluyas Ba that were made by the kibush. But what was before the kibush, that there was already of Ma'il in Eretz Yisrael before they captured Eretz Yisrael, that wasn't Batal. And that's the Kesef Mishnah in the 4th parak of Sanhedrin Alach Avav, that even though there's only smicha zikanim, you give proper smicha to judge in Eretz Yisrael, we can also give smicha b'mekoymos shekavshu olei Mitzrayim v'lo chziku bo olei Pavel. Kedusha Shniya, Kedusha Shana, Kedusha Shai, lo Kedusha Asid Lavo. Only Kedusha Shniya is lo Asid Lavo. So why can you give smicha even where they have Kedusha, only Kedusha Rishon olei Mitzrayim? And the answer is that smicha is not totally in Kedusha Eretz Yisrael, l'chiv mitzvah tluyas ba. Just in the Iker Shem Eretz Yisrael, there wasn't batel at all. Kafter b'ferich is marich in this. And also the Iker Zechias Yisrael ba'aretz, Yerushas Yisrael, that we inherited Eretz Yisrael, that also isn't batel idei chorban v'galus bavel. That was also before they captured it. So the chorban's not going to be mavatal that. We have a Zechir Mamonis in Eretz Yisrael, not totally in the Kibush. That's La'olam. God promised it to us. Also in the Seder Tefillim, Bnei Chatenu Galinu Me'artzeinu, it's called Artzeinu. Just the Kedushas Batal in Shumas and Maisrus. It's called V'shavu Banam L'Gvulam. Even the Galus, it's called their Gvul. And that's Zechias Yisrael, Be'eretz Yisrael La'ad. So we still have more to explain, b'siyata d'shmaya, and I'm hoping that in the next year we will get to it, and we should be zoche lumod u'lelamed lishmor v'lasos u'lekaimus kol divrei Salmud Torah v'yahava, amen v'amen, shalom shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.